Hey Elena, it's just one of those weeks, you know? We hear about so many people passing, but every now and then one really hits you. Especially when it's someone whose work you grew up with, or even just profoundly admired.
Absolutely, James. It's truly sad news to hear about TK Carter. 69, that's still so young, and such a vibrant talent taken from us. When I saw the headline, I immediately thought of The Thing and Punky Brewster, two completely different ends of the spectrum, which really speaks to his range.
Right? I mean, for a whole generation, he was Knowles, the cook in John Carpenter's The Thing. And then for another, or maybe even the same generation if you were like me, he was Mike Fulton, the kind-hearted teacher on Punky Brewster. It's just incredible to think about that kind of versatility.
It really is. Let's talk about The Thing for a moment. That movie is a masterpiece, a slow-burn horror classic, and his performance as Knowles is so crucial to the atmosphere. He's got this nervous energy, this sense of dread, and he's completely believable as someone caught in that unimaginable situation.
Oh, absolutely. Knowles is such a memorable character. He's the guy trying to keep things together, but you can see the fear creeping in. The scene with the blood test, for instance, his reactions are just so raw and authentic. It's a role that could easily have been overshadowed by some of the bigger names in the cast, but he totally held his own.
Yeah, he brings this vulnerability that grounds the horror. You feel for him. And then you think about his comedy background, which he started in comedy clubs, and you realize how impressive it is to pivot from something so intense and terrifying to, say, Punky Brewster.
Totally. Punky Brewster was such a staple for so many kids growing up in the 80s. Mike Fulton was Punky's foster father, Henry's, teacher, and he just radiated this warmth and wisdom. It showed a completely different side of him, a gentle, paternal energy.
Exactly. From a character facing pure, unadulterated terror and paranoia to someone who's a comforting presence in a children's sitcom. That's not just acting, that's true craftsmanship. He made both roles feel so natural, so real.
And that's the mark of a truly great character actor, isn't it? Someone who can inhabit these vastly different worlds and make you believe them, make you feel something for them, regardless of the genre. He wasn't always the lead, but he was always impactful.
Definitely. And we can't forget Space Jam either. He was part of that hilarious talent scouting team for the Monstars. Such a fun, over-the-top role that really leaned into his comedic chops. He was just so good at delivering those punchlines.
Oh man, Space Jam. That was peak 90s nostalgia. And he just fit right in with that zany energy. It's wild how he spans so many different eras and styles. You also see his name pop up in things like Good Times and Roll Out early in his career, showing he was a working actor for decades.
Yeah, he was in Good Times, a truly iconic show. That's a deep cut. And then, if you look at his filmography, he was also in Seems Like Old Times, Popeye, Nice Guys Sleep Alone, and later on he popped up in Everybody Hates Chris, which was such a fantastic, smart sitcom.
That's right. Everybody Hates Chris. He had that distinctive voice too, which made him so recognizable. Even in a smaller role, you'd know it was him. It's a testament to his unique presence, I think. He just had a way of stealing scenes without trying too hard.
It's true. He brought a certain gravitas, even when he was being funny. I remember seeing him in Beeps too, with Halle Berry, another wildly different role. He just seemed to embrace the opportunity to play diverse characters, which is something a lot of actors strive for but few truly achieve with such natural ease.
And you know what's often overlooked with actors like TK Carter is the sheer longevity and consistency of their careers. To be working steadily from the 70s all the way through recent years, that's not luck. That's talent and dedication. He clearly loved what he did, and it showed.
Absolutely. It's a grind, and to maintain that level of presence and deliver memorable performances across so many different projects, it's really something to admire. He made an impact, whether he was scaring us senseless or making us smile.
It's interesting, too, thinking about how his career shows the evolution of television and film. From the gritty horror of the early 80s, to family sitcoms, to big-budget animation hybrids, he was there, shaping those stories in his own way.
He truly was a chameleon in many ways. I think that's why this news resonates with so many people. Everyone seems to have a TK Carter role that sticks with them, and it's rarely the same one for everyone, which is just brilliant.
Yeah, my mind keeps going back to The Thing and how perfectly he captured that raw human fear. It's one of those performances that once you've seen it, you can't unsee it, and it elevates the entire film.
And then, I bet a lot of parents who introduced their kids to Punky Brewster were like, wait, is that the same guy from The Thing? It's kind of a fun fact to drop. It just adds to his legend, doesn't it?
Definitely adds to his legend. I think what his passing reminds us of is how many unsung heroes there are in Hollywood. Actors who consistently deliver, who make every project they're in better, but don't always get the big flashy headlines. T.K. Carter was one of those.
You're so right. The bedrock of so many great productions. His family released a statement calling him a beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, and friend, and that he brought joy and laughter to many through his extensive career, and they said he will be missed profoundly.
That's such a beautiful tribute. It's clear he was cherished not just for his work on screen, but for the person he was off-screen. And that's really the ultimate legacy, isn't it? To be loved and remembered.
It truly is. It always makes you pause and appreciate the impact these artists have on our lives, sometimes without us even realizing it until they're gone. They become part of our cultural fabric, woven into our memories.
Exactly. Whether it was making us jump out of our seats, or chuckle with a silly joke, or even just offering a comforting presence, T.K. Carter did it all. And he did it with such a distinct flair.
Yeah, he really left his mark. It's a sad day, but also a good opportunity to celebrate his incredible career and the joy he brought to so many. I'm definitely going to revisit some of his work this week.
Me too, Elena, me too. It's a wonderful way to honor his memory. Rest in peace, T.K. Carter. You'll be profoundly missed, and your work will continue to entertain and resonate for generations to come.
Well said, James. Thank you for helping us remember such a talented individual today. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones.